Starting today's story, an information panel for some game appears. Recommended level for this map, level 10 to 35. Recommended stats 3 stars. Abundant rainfall created this giant tree forest which contains many rich materials like wood and large fruits. It is the main source of income for the surrounding villagers, but with the exploitation large dark figures are often seen moving in the deep forest. At this moment, a boss is yelling at a player, "Insect, do you dare to face me in a fair and square duel to decide victory or defeat?" Okay. This guy with a scar on one eye has the ID King of the Road, and the boss he is about to conquer is named Among, the one-armed and elite boss. He replies to the boss, "If you've got the guts, come at me. Who's afraid of whom?" Though his words are tough, he's calculating internally. His stamina is nearly depleted, so he's betting it all on one final move. The boss swings his large greatsword using a skill towards him. He thinks to himself, "Here it comes, the big boss's skill. Ice Mountain Slash." The greatsword crashes onto the stone surface, sending rocks and debris flying everywhere. The player King of the Road dodged the boss's attack. He used Shadow Step to increase his speed by 30% for 5 seconds, then launched himself forward to switch to a cross-draw blade slash. With his gaming experience, he calculated precisely the timing of the monster's attack and its attack patterns, dodging the attack 0.5 seconds after the boss unleashed its ultimate move. Using the smoke to create distance and combining the two skills, Shadow Step and cross-draw blade slash, I'm truly a peerless genius, one in a million. As he admired himself after slaying the crippled boss, a notification sounded, "Congratulations on successfully defeating the elite boss, Ah Meng the One-Armed." Ding, the system screen displayed the sword's information. Ah Meng's greatsword requires level 15 dedicated swordsman. Durability 100 near 100. Attack plus 184. Critical hit plus 112. Speed 10 special required level 5. King of the Road joyfully waved the sword around. To think it has a high-tier attribute that reduces the level requirement by 5. Getting a weapon like this on the very first day, my luck is amazing. With this, I can definitely climb the leaderboards, the level rankings, and the strategy rankings. A cute red-haired elf-like virtual assistant appears and says, "Congratulations, Master. Congratulations, Master, on obtaining a powerful piece of equipment." He happily asks back, "Ah, it's the elf assistant. Do you have any news? Why?" Just as he guessed, the little elf announced, "Master, a limited time event has started. Would you like to participate?" The information appeared on the notification panel. "A limited time event has begun, Blood Moon Walker. We will release a rare boss in the Giant's Forest for a limited time. The Blood Moon Walker. Defeating it can yield rare equipment and a large amount of EXP. All players are invited to hunt it down. Time remaining for the event, 30 minutes. He smirked and thought, "Haha, talk about perfect timing. A limited time boss should be quite challenging, and I was just looking to test out my new blade." He opened the map panel to locate the boss. The little elf added, "Master, I sense that many players are moving towards the boss. We must also speed up to avoid being beaten to it by other players." He replied helplessly, "I want to speed up too, but it's just trees and more trees everywhere. My head is spinning and I'm getting dizzy." While they were talking, a captivating purple light shot up somewhere ahead of them. He thought, "Purple light? Could it be a drop of purple great equipment?" he exclaimed with joy. Purple equipment, purple equipment. Even if it's not for a swordsman, selling it should fetch a few thousand gold. It must be mine. Mine, mine. He quickly ran towards the call of money, his speed increasing. As soon as he arrived, he couldn't help but exclaim, "Holy cow! So much equipment? I've struck it rich? I've struck it rich. This is all mine, all mine." This is the script of a main character. In front of him was a cluster of equipment stuck in the ground. He smugly felt like he was the male lead of some movie. But life isn't like a dream, is it? A dark shadow flashed past him. He only had time to feel a cold sensation on his neck before being shocked. "What the hell, you damn pig, impossible, impossible. My equipment." The great sword he had worked so hard to obtain was also stuck in the ground, blending in with the other equipment. The one who had just attacked was the boss of the limited-time event, the Blood Moonwalker, a skeleton with two swords in its hands. Killing a player in less than a minute, this boss could only be described with the word terrifying. However, the group of people who had just arrived didn't witness the previous scene. They all exclaimed in awe, "The boss is over there. Oh my God, so much equipment. The heavens are truly watching over me. The boss is mine, I'm rich." Time passed as one person after another rushed to attack the boss. The Blood Moonwalker moved continuously, and the players were injured one by one. A girl, seeing the situation, proposed a plan. "This boss seems very strong. Why don't we all surround and attack it together?" Another person nodded in agreement. "Everyone, let's charge together. Marksmen and mages attack from a distance to restrict the boss's movement. Uong and the fighters draw the boss's attacks and take turns tanking the hits." Another agreed. "With so many of us, we can chip away at its health until it's dead. When it drops equipment, we'll all grab what we can. Whoever gets it keeps it." The crowd encouraged each other. They all raised their weapons to attack. But under the two crimson blades and the shadow of the Blood Moonwalker, they all ended up on the death counter. The remaining players were horrified. Holy cow, is this a boss that's meant to be fought? Weren't those guys boasting so loudly just now? Hurry up and go. The other guy immediately denied involvement. "I'm just a passing swordsman. This has nothing to do with me. I just came here to enjoy the scenery." Another guy yelled while running, "Run. If we get killed by it, we'll lose our equipment and EXP." By now, the event was over. A group of players had died, and another group had managed to escape in time. The boss sheathed its two short swords behind its back and muttered, "Killed too few." Rewind to 3 days ago in the director's office of some company. The old director was scolding loudly. "Lu Li, I'm so disappointed in you. With your abilities, you could have gotten shares in the company this year. Becoming a shareholder of our Chenming company, a bright future with limitless prospects awaited you, but you wanted to investigate some disappearance. This has damaged the company's interests and reputation. After a vote by the board of directors, you are fired. Do you have anything to say about this?" Facing the director's questioning, the young man calmly replied, "No." This incredibly handsome young man is named Lu Li, 26 years old, 183 centimeters tall, former R&D director for Chenming's Games, top data analyst, master of computer science, and so on and so forth. He coldly turned away, leaving only a sentence behind. "If there's nothing else, then I'll go and complete the resignation procedures now." After he left, the old director sighed wearily. "Sigh, what a pity. A pity for such a talent. Secretary Wang, see if you can find someone to replace Lu Li. If not, try offering 20 million more on top of Lu Li's compensation package." The pretty short-haired secretary, who had been standing silently behind him, still didn't say a word. The old man continued to call, "Secretary Wang, Secretary Wang, Secretary Wang, I'm talking to you." Secretary Wang's face looked as if she were heartbroken. She was lamenting internally. "Sigh, when I first applied for this position, it was all so I could see Lu Li a few more times each day. If Lu Li is gone, then I'll just resign as well. What is this old geezer barking about? It's so noisy." As for Lu Li, he had just finished his resignation procedures and was now on his way home, clutching a photograph and thinking, "Big brother, I've finally found a clue about your disappearance." In the photo were 3 very adorable children. "I will definitely find you," he silently resolved. After walking a bit, he put his hand to his chin in thought. Where am I? It turns out this guy is a workaholic dog. He only came home once every 2 years and had no sense of direction, unable to tell east from west, north from south. Scene change. An angry female voice shouts, "Break up. Let's break up, Afe. You good-for-nothing scumbag. You always say I'm your one and only treasure, but you have 68 nicknames in your WeChat all listed as treasure." A petite, beautiful, and stylishly dressed girl points at the blonde guy and scolds him, while the blonde guy kneeling on the floor speaks up to explain. "Ozzy, let me explain." The girl didn't give him a chance. "I don't need to hear your excuses. Not a single word from your mouth is sincere. Let's break up. I don't want to see your face ever again." After scolding him, the girl covered her face crying as she ran away. This was accidentally witnessed by Lu Li, who had just returned. The guy Ah Fei was still kneeling on the ground calling after her, "Ozzy, don't go." Everything I said was from the heart. Each and every one of you is a unique treasure in my heart. Just then, Lu Li walked in. Both of them froze unsure what to say. Ah Fei was surprised. Second brother. Lu Li was speechless. Had he returned at a bad time? This Ah Fei was nothing like he was a moment ago. No, second brother. Any time you arrive is the right time. Lu Li was puzzled. But your girlfriend? This scumbag had no intention of repenting. It's a small thing, a small thing. In 2 days everything will be back to normal. Come on in and sit down first. Second brother, you must be thirsty. Do you want something to drink? He casually said yes to a drink, but his eyes accidentally fell on a leopard print bra on the sofa and then a pile of messy things on the floor. Lu Li picked up the bra with 2 fingers and said unhappily, "Ah Fei, I've told you many times. When you live alone, you should pay a little attention to hygiene. And your personal life, you need to restrain yourself." Hearing him nagging, Ah Fei quickly stopped him. "Brother, oh brother, I know." As he said that, he snatched the bra from Lu Li's hand and tossed it aside. "Second brother, this time, you're back. You have to stay with me for at least 2 days. Every time you come back, you're always in such a hurry." Lu Li was still angry about his brother's messy habits. You still dare to throw it away. But hearing him change the subject, he went along with it. "This time I might really have to stay for a few days." Ah Fei happily asked, "Really? That's great. Let's go for barbecue tonight." "No, wait, you're so tired from work I should take you for a massage." "Don't worry, second brother, it's a completely legitimate place." Lu Li's tone became serious. "Ah Fei, there's a clue about Big Brother's disappearance." Ah Fei also cheered up Big Brother a clue. He then became serious too. "The equipment I asked you to get is all ready. At midnight tonight, Chen Ming's illusory moon officially launches." Lu Li replied, "Good. The reason for Big Brother's disappearance must be related to this game. Let's get moving." A few hours passed, and the midnight bell chimed. Both of them had put on their professional gaming support gear. They looked at each other and nodded slightly. After connecting, the system announced ding, verifying identity information. Identity confirmed. "Do you confirm entry into the game? Iboma Nandimasiwadi." He didn't hesitate to press confirm. The system continued to announce, "Welcome to the world of Illusory Moon. Dear player, I am the little elf assistant. I am the virtual assistant for the game Illusory Moon. You can call me CC. The game is about to begin. I wish you a happy journey in this virtual world." System data continued to load and notifications kept sounding. Nerves connected. Sensory system connected. Adjusting vision. Connecting to scene. Displaying light effects. Data loading complete. Beginning character creation. After a series of cumbersome notifications, the final in-game announcement appeared. "You have arrived at the beginner village of Modland, a medieval setting." Lu Li's character sheet was also displayed. Luli.Novice Adventurer Level 1, Class Unassigned. Stats: Strength, 15, Intelligence, 5, Agility, 12, Attribute, Resistance, 0, Charisma, 0, Achievements. None. He tried to feel it out, thinking, the neural connection is fully optimized. The body senses in the game temperature, humidity. They're also very realistic. At that moment, Ah Fei nearby waved to him. Second brother, I'm over here. This is my new friend Ami. Let's form a party and go do quests together." He couldn't help but feel helpless at his brother's flirting skills. "Isn't that a bit too fast? But I have something to do." He could only make an excuse. "You two go on ahead," Ah Fei asked in surprise. "We go first, second brother. Aren't you coming with us? The beginner quests are the same for everyone." He just smiled and said, "We're taking different paths. I have other things I need to do. You go ahead and level up quickly." After he finished speaking, he turned and left, leaving his brother bewildered. What does he mean by 2 different paths? On his side, after splitting up, he immediately called his virtual assistant, CC. A little elf appeared. "Master, I'm here." He commanded, "Open the special gift exchange code." The notification screen appeared. "To open the special gift exchange window for you, please enter your exchange code. Your exchange code is—" Then he entered a long, winding, and complicated code. After entering the code, another notification appeared. "Correct exchange code. Exchange successful. You have 3 unread emails. Please check them." The little virtual assistant curiously asked Lu Li, "Master, what are these 3 items? Even I don't know about them." While checking his inbox, he answered her, "Those are my hacks." The little girl was shocked and scared. "Hacks, master. We strictly prohibit hacks. Please stop, or your account might be permanently banned," Lu Li said dismissively. "I hid these things in the game's deepest code. The system can't find them. It would take half a year to find them manually, so getting my account banned is impossible." At that moment, the information for the items in his inbox appeared. Item 1. All-Knowing Bracelet, requires level 10, usable by all classes. Durability, NA. Strength, Popper 5. Intelligence, Popper 5. Agility, Popper 5. Constitution, Popper 5. Attribute, Resistance, Popper 5. Willpower, Popper 5. Special equipment quality increases with level. The equipment's quality will increase once every 10 levels. Hidden attribute. Each time the equipment's quality increases, the user will randomly receive a skill corresponding to their own class. He commanded the virtual assistant, "CC, help me hide this equipment." The little girl was surprised. "Huh, a bracelet? This beautiful. Why would you want to hide it?" Lu Li nonchalantly replied, "It's too cumbersome. I prefer to be a bit neater." Then he checked the next item. The notification screen displayed the item information. Item 2. Random Achievement Codex. Every 10 levels, it will randomly generate achievement quests based on the character's events. Completing the quests will grant random rewards. Hidden attributes are unknown. He assessed the item. For this thing, I think I only entered the command for it to be a powerful item and let the AI randomly generate the rest." The little elf also chimed in, "CC feels this could be a very interesting item." The screen continued to display information for the third item, Asura's Purgatory Invitation. This item was just a scroll tied with a dark red string with a skull emblem on it. Lu Li opened the scroll and sighed. Working for 2 years at Chenming Company was all for this. During the beta test, my big brother discovered a hidden storyline. This must be the reason for my big brother's disappearance. If anything happens to me later, the trail of clues will end here. I absolutely cannot let anything happen to Ah Fei. Inside the scroll was a line of text, Asura's Purgatory Invitation. The Asura clan fears nothing in heaven and earth, following their own true nature. I seek only my true self. Those who stop me from finding my true self shall be killed. Those who go against my true nature shall be killed. If all things stand in my way, I shall kill all things. Following that was a system notification, changing class to Asura. Player, please be advised. After changing to this class, a completely new storyline will be activated. Lu Li confirmed without hesitation. At that moment, his heart suddenly throbbed with pain. My heart hurts so much." He was teleported to a strange space, surrounded by 4 skeleton monsters. They raised their blades and stabbed him, leaving him no time to react. He thought in confusion, "What is this situation? Why didn't I know the storyline had this setup? This pain feels too real." The notification panel turned red with a message. "Detected your character has died. Character data mismatch. Celestial magic. In an attacked area. System error. Restarting. Restart failed. Restart failed." A series of restart notifications continuously appeared. Lu Li's consciousness felt like it was falling into an endless void. "It's so dark, I can't see anything. I won't be trapped and die in the game, will I? System exit game." A glaring red notification appeared. "Error code not found. Your data source cannot exit the game." Lu Li was shocked. "Cannot exit game." The exit game command is an absolute forced execution command. "Why can't I exit system? Fix the error code. System, answer me." Then suddenly, system restored. A skeletal hand rose, followed by an entire skeleton. Lu Li thought, "The system has recovered." The notification panel appeared. Lu Li tattered skeleton soldier level 1, Class unassigned. Stat strength 20, agility 17, attribute resistance 5, intelligence 30, constitution 19, charisma 5. He wondered, me, how did I turn into a skeleton? Wasn't I supposed to be an Asura? Then he started to assess his surroundings. And where is this place? Nearby, a necromancer holding a magic staff said, "Awaken my servant." It seems the summoning was a success. It turns out this being was an epic-level boss. Ryan, the level 30 necromancer. Skills: Hell's Lockdown, Corrosive Flame, Summon Undead. He thought to himself, that must be an NPC up ahead. I'll go and try to talk to it. Then he waved his hand and asked, "Hello, may I ask where this is?" The boss, Reen, was completely stunned. It was probably the first time it had seen a talking skeleton. What? How can it talk? Did I summon a rare quality skeleton guardian? Seeing it didn't talk, he thought, it's not talking to me. This probably isn't a beginner NPC area. I'll find someone else to ask. He turned to leave. Ryan got angry. Why isn't it sitting down? It seems it's not following my commands. As expected, a slave who hasn't been whipped still thinks he has human rights. He immediately summoned chains from hell, which shot out to bind Lu Li. Still not understanding what was happening, he questioned, "What are you doing?" Ryan laughed maniacally. "What am I doing? Hey, of course I'm teaching you how to be a good dog." He cursed internally. Is this a beginner boss? Damn it, I'm only level 1 and don't even have a single skill. Who designed this scenario? Just then a strange event occurred. He was thrown far away, and the chains shattered. It turned out a high-level monster was passing by. The guy Ryan had also vanished, possibly trampled to death. Lu Li was a bit scared. This seems too terrifying. Have I gone to hell? How am I supposed to play like this? He then summoned his virtual assistant to ask for information. CC appeared and immediately teased him. "I'm here, Master. Your new outfit looks very cool, you know." He didn't have time for her teasing. "Where on earth is this place?" CC replied, "Master, your current location is within the Pure Black Lands, the birthplace of all high-level bosses in Illusory Moon. It is the most dangerous area." Lu Li rubbed his skeletal head. "Then how am I supposed to play the game? Aren't there any local quests to do?" CC immediately responded, "One moment, I am checking for you." She then opened the system support panel to check. After a moment, check complete. There is a quest point 100 kilometers from you. Master, please follow me. He thought to himself, 100 kilometers. In the sky, dragon-like monsters were flying around. Below, Lu Li was struggling to climb a mountain. He complained to CC, "I'm telling you, are there no normal roads to take?" The little elf replied helplessly, "Master, this is the shortest route. If we take a detour, we'd have to travel an extra 400 kilometers." The two were now floating on a dry log with a giant carnivorous fish closely pursuing them from behind. He used all his strength to paddle with his skeletal arms to speed up, not forgetting to yell at his virtual assistant, "CC, what kind of monstrous path are you leading me on?" The little girl innocently encouraged him, "Hang in there, Master. Do you need me to play some background music to add to the drama?" "No need. Master, you have a message from Afe." The chat window appeared. "So scary, so scary. Second brother, my main quest is to kill 20 wild boars. I'm dead tired, but I've leveled up to level 5 and even got a green grade staff drop." He replied, "Good, not bad." Afe asked again, "Second brother, where are you? What level are you? Are you secretly clearing a dungeon for high experience and good equipment?" "No, I'm still only level 1. Afe on the other end clearly didn't believe him. "No way. That doesn't sound like you at all. Second brother, grinding monsters in the early stage is a bit tiring. Just persevere like you always say." He didn't have time to chat with this guy. "I'm busy now, hanging up." Lu Li was now being chased by a serpent monster. He ran with all his might while CC continued to encourage him. "Master, hurry up, you're about to be caught." "Damn it, do you really need to state the obvious?" He cursed as he ran. After a long journey through countless obstacles, braving the wind and waves, the two of them finally reached their desired destination. CC said happily, Master, it's right up ahead." Lu Li let out a sigh of relief. Phew, finally made it. Looking over, he saw a giant pillar of green light and a long line of people with no end in sight. He asked wearily, "Do you really have to wait in such a long line to get in?" The virtual assistant announced the estimated waiting time is 2 hours. Suddenly, he noticed, "Hey, there's an entrance over there with no one at it." The little girl CC said worriedly, "Master, that is not the planned route." Lu Li rushed forward despite Cece's attempts to stop him. He even said, "Either way, it's a way into the city. As long as I can get in, it's fine. Your planned route is too rigid." Cece still wanted to persuade him, but, "All right, you can rest for a while." Cece could only agree, "Yes, master." As Lu Li approached the gate, he was blocked by two large pigs standing guard. One of them said to him, "Hey, what are you trying to do?" He calmly said, "Big brother guards, I have something urgent. Could you make an exception for me?" This pig didn't make things difficult for him. "All right, everyone has emergencies. You can go in." Lu Li thought to himself, "This is going much more smoothly than I thought." Then he thanked the two pigs and stepped inside. The two pigs also chuckled at him. "Ha ha, no need to thank us, no need to thank us. Just go on in." After he went in, one of the pigs couldn't help but laugh. "Ha ha, big brother, you're so devious. He even thanked you." The other pig naturally said, "Ha ha, just wait until it starts. We'll go in and see how miserably this little brat dies." Then they both laughed loudly. At this moment, an announcement sounded inside. The registration period for the Wind and Cloud Arena event has ended. Victory in the Wind and Cloud Arena brings great wealth and honor. Defeat in the Wind and Cloud Arena means near certain death. Lu Li stepped into the hallway thinking, "I've finally arrived." When he reached the end, a large hall with blinding light hit his face. It turned out to be an arena. A rabbit was chattering away. Finally, our last contestant has finally appeared. Let me take a look at this contestant's basic information. Lu Li's information panel appeared before everyone. Lu Li tattered skeleton soldier level 1, etc. Everyone immediately started buzzing with discussion. What, this contestant is only level 1? Where did this noob come from? Is he here for comic relief? This must be part of the show's script. I could kill him with a fart, haha. Another person jeered, haha. Who knows, maybe this cannon fodder contestant will give us a more interesting storyline. The rabbit then shouted for everyone to be quiet. All right, everyone, quiet down. I believe everyone can't wait any longer. I now declare the Wind and Cloud Arena officially begins. The audience cheered happily. The rabbit continued. This time, the role of MC and commentator is once again taken by your favorite power duo. I am Swift Rabbit. A turtle wearing a microphone next to him spoke up. And I am? The rabbit ignored the turtle, who was slowly enunciating his words. All right, although everyone has heard it many times as per the rules, I will still announce the tournament's rules. Rules of the Wind and Cloud Arena. 1. The competition uses the arena format. The two sides fight to the death. The final winner is the winner. 2. To ensure the fairness of the matches, levels will be adjusted to the lowest level of the participants, but no lower than level 10. Skills are also restricted to those available at the adjusted level. Equipment is uniformly issued by the Wind and Cloud Arena. 3. Besides the opponent conceding defeat, the only criterion for judging a participant's victory is killing the opponent. As for the reward, the winner of this Wind and Cloud Arena will receive 5,000 EXP and a weapon corresponding to their level. Swift Rabbit continued. Now we will begin adjusting the levels of the contestants. This is a Wind and Cloud Arena, where the contestants' levels are being lowered to an all-time low. As soon as the rabbit finished speaking, the contestants' levels were immediately reduced. They complained, "Ugh, why are there only 2 skills left at this level? Even my ultimate skill and the one I just learned are useless now. Little skeleton, you'd better not run into me or I'll break your bones one by one." Brat, you're not naive enough to think that equal levels can make up for the difference in experience and skill, are you? He was now the center of attention, but not in a positive way. He sighed inwardly. If only I had listened to Cece's arrangements from the start. I must have entered the wrong door. At this moment, a system notification sounded. Congratulations, player, on reaching level 10 temporary. You can now choose your starting class. Luli hesitated when choosing a class. So many options, which one should I choose? Back when the three of us brothers played together, they both said I was very suited to playing an assassin. In that case, I'll choose assassin. He quickly chose the assassin class. The system notification also confirmed his class change. Congratulations on successfully changing your class to assassin. Meanwhile, Swift Rabbit continued to lead the show into the next phase. I wonder if the contestants have adapted to the adjusted levels yet. Time waits for no one. Right now, we will begin distributing equipment to all contestants. The rabbit spoke with all its might, completely ignoring the stuttering turtle. Who on earth voted for this guy to be an MC? I'd vote for the turtle to be made into a stew, my friends. Luli now also received his equipment, which was 2 daggers. He assessed them internally. This feels not bad. If I can't win, I'll just surrender immediately. There shouldn't be any problem. MC Rabbit continued to introduce. And now, we come to the super highlight of this wind and cloud arena. Let's give a warm welcome to the special Dream Mentors joining the arena this time. In this competition, those with outstanding performance may be recruited under their command. So on our left is the famous figure from our blood origin city, Zhuanghuai Shui, Your Excellency. The system panel displayed information about the cold-faced muscular monster, Zhuanghuai Shui position, Lord of the North Moon Hall of Blood Moon City, manages foreign warfare and strategic deployment for Blood Moon City. The rabbit's voice continued its introduction. Half of Blood Moon City's strategies come from Lord Zhuanghuai Shui's North Moon Hall, and the leader of the young generation of experts across the 7 cities is also a disciple of Lord Zhuanghuai Shui. To be valued by Lord Zhuanghuai Shui would be to bring glory to one's ancestors, a source of great pride, and to climb to a new peak in life. Lord Zhuanghuai Shui, are you still taking concubines? Lord Zhuanghuai Shui, Lord Zhuanghuai Shui, and so on and so forth. Switching to the other side, the rabbit continued its introduction. And this lady on the right is our blood, Moon City's #1 beauty, Lord Wu Yue. The system panel also displayed her basic information. Wu Yue position Lord of the East Moon Hall of Blood, Moon City. Head of Resource Distribution for Blood Moon City and the Secret Realm Blood Pool. It was another long introduction from the rabbit about the incredibly hot and beautiful demoness. Lord Nguyet is a true noblewoman, a wealthy and elegant lady. At the same time, Lord Wu Yue's strength is unfathomably deep. However, her conditions for choosing disciples are extremely harsh. To this day, Lord Wu Yue has only accepted 1 disciple, but what reached Lu Li's ears was just 1 sentence. Ha not you, that's Big Brother. Finally, a clue about you has appeared. He glanced at her secretly thinking, this woman Wu Yue, she must know something. I have to find a way to get close to her. Meanwhile, as Lu Li was secretly looking at her, Wu Yue also noticed him staring at her. She was secretly annoyed. How dare he stare at me so brazenly? I really want to crush him. Oh, forget it. Zhuanghuai Shui is right next to me. If I do that, he'll have another excuse to lecture me. Or maybe I should just kill Zhuanghuai Shui too. The energetic rabbit was still talking. All right, the introductions are over. The generous rewards and the heaven-defying opportunity, who will they ultimately belong to? Let's witness this competition together. For a better viewing experience for the audience, let me Swift Rabbit provide real-time commentary and explanation for everyone. The match had now begun. The rabbit continued its role as commentator and explainer for everyone. Let's begin with our first match. The contestant most highly regarded by everyone in this wind and cloud arena comes from the Berserker Lion Clan Blood Claw. Born with the bloodline of the Berserker Lion Clan, he possesses a naturally superior status. And Blood Claw, the Berserker Lion, is a representative figure of the new generation. His claws are incredibly sharp, and he is recognized as a seeded contestant in this wind and cloud arena. One-shot kill contestant Blood Claw wins with an overwhelming advantage. The first match ended. The rabbit once again commentated on the second match. Next up is from the Great Sword Guild, the zombie warrior Bei Lei. The Great Sword Guild is also a recently rising guild under the South Moon Hall. A humanoid demon with a demonic face and a sword appeared before everyone. Its opponent this time was a goblin. Lei is the vice leader of the Great Sword Guild. It's said he's already very famous in the South Moon Hall. His sword is fast, precise, and ruthless. Countless experts have fallen to his blade. It seems he also won quite easily. The second match ended just like that. Oh, the third winner has also appeared. It's the dual-wielding demon Gear who came from the wild remote regions, killing his way to Blood Moon City. His strength is naturally not to be underestimated. Everyone was now focused on a humanoid monster wielding dual swords. In the middle of its abdomen, a very strange eye had grown. Swift Rabbit then switched to introducing the fourth match. It's none other than Lu Li's match. But his match ended quickly. The fourth winner is... it's the cannon fodder contestant. Did anyone see what happened? How could he... This is interesting. Let's start the next even more exciting round, the semifinals. The notification board showed images of the winning contestants and the list for the next match. The notification board continued to sound. Random pairing complete. The first match to begin is cannon fodder contestant versus dual-wielding demon Gear. That guy Gear was truly arrogant. He said disdainfully to Lu Li, "Surrender. I disdain killing someone as weak as you. You're not worthy of my action." Lu Li remained silent. Scene change. A fireball spell is cast, killing a monster. A coquettish voice then sounds out, "Wow, big brother Afe, you're so amazing. We've wiped out this entire goblin camp. It turns out it's the fuckboy Afe, hunting with two female minors." This one was just as coquettish as the other. "That's right. This whole group of goblins couldn't even touch you, big brother. How did you do it?" "Teach me, please." Afe was so praised his nose practically grew. "Ha ha ha, these things are just child's play, not even worth mentioning." The foxy girl continued to flatter him. "But I feel that Afe is already very amazing." The other girl also chimed in. "That's right, big brother. Are you a professional player?" He happily teased the two of them. "You two little vixens, does big brother have something even more amazing you want?" But thinking of Lu Li, Afe's tone suddenly became serious. "But wait until you two see my second brother, then you'll know what true greatness is." He thought to himself, "I wonder how second brother is doing now, whether things are going smoothly for him." Lu Li and Gear stood facing each other in the arena. They were in the semi-finals, and Gear had demanded his surrender. Naturally, our protagonist refused. MC Swift Rabbit quickly commented, "Oh, it seems our contestant is quite spirited and has no intention of accepting contestant Gear's kind offer." The monster, with an eye on its stomach, Gear pointed its sword at him. "Huh, it seems you still don't understand the current situation. You've missed your only chance to live. But rest assured I will grant you a quick death." With that, he immediately swung his two swords in the air, and a powerful green sword aura shot towards him. Swift Rabbit also praised, "Wow, contestant Gear's lightning-fast move is so quick it dazzles the eyes." Lu Li was no pushover either. He quickly dodged his opponent's fast attack. MC Rabbit was surprised. What our cannon fodder contestant managed to dodge it, Gear scoffed, "A lucky fluke." He continued to swing, sending out two pink sword auras that quickly injured Lu Li. The rabbit quickly updated his situation. The contestant has once again escaped contestant Gear's barrage. He continued to pursue him closely. "You can't escape." He unleashed an even more powerful attack than before, rending air slash. Even so, Lu Li was still able to dodge Gear's attack. This surprised MC Rabbit even more, causing him to adjust his glasses. What? The cannon fodder contestant dodged a charged attack from contestant Gear. Unbelievable. Ignoring the surrounding commotion, Lu Li was more focused on the battle than ever. He was now intently analyzing his opponent. The enemy's arm length is about 80 cm. The opponent's weapon has a 100 cm blade and a 20 cm handle. Subtracting the palm and adding the arm length, the enemy's effective reach must be less than 200 cm. As long as I can control this 200 cm range well, there's a high chance I won't get hit. But I still need to be wary of other possibilities. For example, throwing weapons or range skills. The enemy's skill requires a 0.5-second charge with the projectile flying at a speed of about 160 km/h. With my reflexes dodging, it won't be hard. I've now created some distance. The next move he's likely to use is a skill called Flash Slash. This skill is a forward dashing attack. There will be a momentary delay. If I can seize that opportunity, I can win. Unlike Luli Gayer was being affected by the crowd's chatter. Ha ha ha, Gayer. Aren't you supposed to be very strong? Yeah, how come you can't even deal with a level 1 little skeleton? So embarrassing. Get off the stage. The biggest taboo in a battle is losing your composure, yet this fool fell right into that trap. He gritted his teeth. Damn it, I'm so pissed this dog just got lucky. With my next move, I'll cut him in two with one slash. Just as Lu Li predicted, he used Flash Slash. Seizing this small opportunity, Lu Li quickly attacked. Here it is. Move 80 cm to the left, duck 60 cm, activate the skill, Critical Strike. In the instant he was delayed, he unleashed his finishing blow. Jer couldn't believe his eyes. He cried out unwillingly. What? How could I die at the hands of this kind of small fry? I haven't even become the Lord of Forgotten Sorrow yet. But that was it. He immediately collapsed to the ground deader than dead. MC Swift Rabbit could never have predicted this. The match is over. The cannon fodder contestant wins. I can't believe my eyes. He pinched the slow turtle's cheek hard, as if to confirm he wasn't dreaming. Could it be that the cannon fodder contestant was pretending to be a pig to eat the tiger? He really has some talent. Ian, let's give the cannon fodder contestant a round of applause. We look forward to his next performances. Zhuang Huaishui said with interest. This little skeleton is quite interesting. Wu Yue, what do you think? Wu Yue replied nonchalantly. He just has a bit of a brain, that's all. Nothing surprising. However, her thoughts had changed slightly. But then again, at least he's not boring. I'll grant you a little longer to live. Zhuang Huaishui nodded. That's true. A low-tier bloodline like that can only ever be trash. The rabbit continued to hype up the atmosphere. All right, all you audience members, please be quiet. Although the final was very interesting, but what comes next is the most spectacular match of this Wind and Cloud arena. It can be said that this is the battle that will determine the champion. The notification board displayed information for the next match. Berserker Lion Bloodclaw versus Zombie Swordsman Beilei. The match begins in the Renata Kennestyogori Inio. The two were currently in their opening exchange. The Lion Bloodclaw pointed directly at the zombie Beilei. Ha! You should know very well in your heart that you are no match for me. This zombie was no slouch either. Bloodclaw, it's true my bloodline is inferior to yours. But as long as I have a sword in my hand, I will advance without retreat, unstoppable. As Beilei spoke, he launched his attack, using his great sword to activate the skill Flowing Wood Flash Slash. Despite holding a great sword, his movements were agile. MC Rabbit was also astonished what contestant Beilei is using a combination of Flowing Water Turn and Flash Slash skills. This move is at least 5 times faster than contestant Go's Flash Slash from before. This one strike is enough to decapitate Bloodclaw. Beilei was triumphant. This is the price of underestimation. Remember, Bloodline is not... He was about to spout some cool lines before finishing off his opponent. But life isn't like a dream. His attack was caught by Bloodclaw's jaws. Bloodclaw exerted its strength, and Beilei's sword shattered. He was horrified. What? How is this possible? Bloodclaw didn't give its opponent time to recover. Using its innate talent to burst with power, Explosive Bloodclaw, it tore Beilei's entire body apart with 2 slashes. The guy died in a single blow. Bloodclaw arrogantly looked at its opponent's corpse and said, "And here I thought you might have some strength. I didn't expect you to be such trash." MC Rabbit seemed to snap out of it. Everything happened so fast. Holy cow, contestant Bloodclaw is too strong. We had such high hopes for contestant Beilei, and yet he was floored in one move. He excitedly hugged the neck of MC Turtle, almost sending the little guy to join the zombie. So the champion of this Wind and Cloud arena was decided from the start. The entire arena chanted Bloodclaw's name. Bloodclaw, Bloodclaw. Zhuang Huaishi nodded in satisfaction. This little lion isn't bad. Its bloodline is pure enough. It has some value for cultivation. In contrast, Wu Yue showed disdain. A bloodline like this isn't even worthy of guarding my door. Lu Li thought with some fear. What just happened? That lion actually bit someone else's weapon to pieces. If the weapons are uniformly issued, they can't be destroyed so easily. Unless, even though the lion's level was lowered to 10, its base stats are still much higher than average. Sensing Lu Li's gaze, the lion turned back and said to him, "Hey brat, you still dare to come up here? Ha 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 ha. This great one hasn't had enough fun yet." The lion blood claw arrogantly wagged its tail at Lu Li, provoking him. "Come on up. Weren't you so impressive just now? If you have guts, don't you dare surrender." Of course, Lu Li wouldn't be easily provoked by this monster. He was just silently weighing the pros and cons. If my previous analysis is correct, it seems I have absolutely no chance of winning. But the only way to get close to her is to win this match. He looked deeply towards Wu Yue, who was sitting on the high platform. She had clues related to Lu Li's big brother. Swift Rabbit also showed some sympathy and advised him, "Ahem, cannon fodder contestant, your performance today wasn't bad. There's a saying, as long as the Green Mountains are there, one need not worry about firewood. As long as you're alive, second place is also a great honor." Wu Yu twirled a lock of her hair, thinking, if he doesn't get on the stage, it'll be too boring. Surely it won't be that dull. On the other hand, Lu Li thought differently. If I give up at the first sign of difficulty, how can I even dare to hope to find my big brother? Big brother and third brother are my only family. Compared to my own life, my family is much more important. No matter what difficulties I face, nothing can stop me. So he had made his decision. The notification screen announced, "The match between the Berserker Lion Bloodclaw and the Cannon Fodder contestant begins." This foolish lion thought he had been provoked, so it laughed mockingly. The minds of these low-level creatures are truly stupid. Just a little provocation and they charge head first. In that case, let me make you the appetizer before my victory. Use your despair, your unwillingness, and your extreme regret to slowly satisfy me. Lu Li cursed at it. "Why do you talk so much? Do you want to fight or not?" Lu Li quickly approached the lion. Bloodclaw saw this but stood still, smirking. "Your speed is even slower than that swordsman from before." Too slow. However, after dodging several of Lu Li's attacks, he quickly revised his assessment. "Not bad speed. I almost forgot he's an assassin." It seems he was just hiding his skills before, but it's all the same. They're all trash. Then it stopped dodging and switched to the offensive, unleashing a claw attack. Lu Li quickly dodged. He also concluded, "In front of my speed, I have absolutely no advantage. This lion's base stats must be much higher than mine." Bloodclaw started to get annoyed. This brat is like a flea in a pile of garbage. Suddenly, it noticed something. There was a small cut on its face, a trickle of blood dripping from it. Huh? Blood. Since when? How did I not notice? Damn it, what an insult, utterly humiliating to be seen by so many people. Me, Bloodclaw, the reputation of the noble berserker. Lion Clan, the leading figure of the young generation, to be injured by this lowly trash. Damn it! Now, Bloodclaw immediately activated its passive skill, Blood Battle Unleashed. For 5 seconds, its speed strength and critical hit rate increased by 20%. It declared to Lu Li, "I will make you die in the most humiliating way possible." Swift Rabbit exclaimed, It's truly unbelievable. Our cannon fodder contestant can actually trade blows with Bloodclaw without being at a disadvantage." Zhuang Huaishui and Wu Yue both had different thoughts about Lu Li. Zhuang Huaishui was secretly suspicious. Strange, his level and bloodline are both the lowest tier. Wu Yue, however, was thinking, this is getting more and more interesting. The rabbit continued, "Contestant Bloodclaw seems to be truly angry now. Next he will surely fight with all his might." Bloodclaw used its speed to close in and attack Lu Li. "You think you're so great? Then I'll crush you, starting with the speed you're most proud of." It moved continuously at high speed, constantly attacking, forcing Lu Li into a passive and struggling state. Suddenly, Lu Li showed an opening. "Damn it, I've lost my balance." And Bloodclaw launched an even stronger attack. Let's see where you can run explosive berserker claw. In your next life, remember that trash belongs in the trash can. Lu Li no longer had his struggling appearance. Now he revealed a look of teasing the enraged lion. Just tricking you a little. You could say I was waiting for this move of yours. This move of yours has very high damage, but the skill has a 0.5-second delay. He immediately activated the backstab skill, a move that allows the user to teleport behind the enemy to launch an attack. He continued his analysis. And besides, before you finish activating this skill, you can't turn around. Bloodclaw was caught in his calculation but showed no signs of worry, instead smiling, "Haha, very good calculation, but it's useless." Although it couldn't turn around in an instant, it could activate another attack skill. Bloodclaw activated its unique bloodline skill, Blood Rage Lion's Roar. A lion's roar echoed throughout the space. Lu Li, hit by the skill, was immediately immobilized. Only his consciousness remained aware. "My body can't move. This must be," MC Rabbit exclaimed excitedly. "It's appeared." The unique bloodline skill of the Berserker Lion clan, Blood Rage Lion's Roar. It forces enemies within 5 meters to be stunned for 1.5 seconds. Zhuang Huaishui stroked his chin with interest. To have awakened a bloodline skill at such a young age, not bad. I want this blood claw. Wu Yi sneered. "If you eat that much, aren't you afraid your stomach will burst and you'll die?" Zhuang Huai. Shui understood her meaning but didn't care. "Ha ha ha ha. My appetite is very diverse. Besides, you said you wouldn't take any more disciples anyway." Wu Yue thought with some displeasure. "It's been a long time since I've felt this interested. What a pity." Bloodclaw was extremely smug now. Although it had been outcalculated for a moment, it had turned the tables. "This feeling of holding victory in the palm of my hand. Ha 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 ha. This is the absolute power of a bloodline, despair, you trash." A berserker claw attack struck. Lu Li tried to dodge but couldn't escape unscathed. One of his legs was torn off by the claw. MC Rabbit expressed regret. Sai, the cannon fodder contestant, is so pitiful. He had one leg broken by contestant Bloodclaw and then another. His only advantage, speed, is also gone. The final competition has determined a winner and loser. Let's see if the cannon fodder contestant chooses to surrender or to die on the arena. Bloodclaw sneered. "Your current appearance is much more pleasing to the eye." "That's right. You don't need to surrender either," Lu Li asked suspiciously. "What do you mean?" "I mean, even if the competition ends, I won't let you go. Either way, you're going to die. Why don't you be a little generous and let the audience watch it live? Who knows, someone might remember your name for a day or two." Lu Li didn't speak, but inside he seemed to be happy. This atmosphere seemed to be, "The fish is about to take the bait." Bloodclaw stood with its arms crossed in front of Lu Li, speaking in a mocking tone. "We should play a more interesting game, breaking your bones one by one. That game seems old. Ripping your head off to play soccer. That's even more boring than the first game. It's really hard to design dialogue." Lu Li secretly measured the distance to it. 3 more steps. Bloodclaw advanced with its arms crossed, sneering. "Don't be so quiet. You should say a word or two. Help me liven up the atmosphere a bit." Lu Li counted down 2 steps. Bloodclaw pretended to be careless. "Oops. Sorry about that. I accidentally stepped on your foot." 1 step. Lu Li's eyes turned crimson. He thought, now's the time. As if seizing the opportunity, Lu Li shot up, swinging his sword and charging forward. The arm that had fallen to the ground also moved. The fallen hand threw the sword towards Bloodclaw's back, while Lu Li also charged in to attack. Bloodclaw was in a state of excitement. That's right. It's only fun when there's resistance." Lu Li used his backstab skill to attack Bloodclaw. The 2-pronged attack left Bloodclaw unable to react, standing there dumbfounded. It only had time to exclaim, "What?" immediately after it was slashed from behind. The surprise attack made its eyes and mouth fly wide open before it fell face first to the ground. Everyone who witnessed it was collectively frozen in shock. Swift Rabbit stood stunned and stuttered. This is amazing." The Grumpy Turtle was excited. "It's been a long time since I've seen such a wonderful comeback victory." "Next up is me, Grumpy Turtle. I will comment, analyze, and explain for everyone how the match from beginning to end was all part of the cannon fodder contestant's plan. From the very beginning, he displayed his advantage in speed, using the weakest method to inflict the strongest psychological damage, enraging Bloodclaw and causing it to lose its stable combat mentality. I will make you die in the most humiliating way. Damn it, I've lost my balance. Then he let Bloodclaw unleash its full power while continuously pretending to be weak to lure Bloodclaw into using its final trump card, the unique Bloodline skill, Blood Rage Lion's Roar. Then the most brilliant part, the arm and leg that were broken by Bloodclaw were actually all broken by himself. Finally, in a desperate situation where everyone thought he would surely die, he used the active skeleton skill. The broken bone fragments can still operate for a period of time, connected through the subconscious to the skeleton soldier, completing this ultimate comeback victory, where the weak defeats the strong. Everyone, do you see if my analysis is correct? Grumpy Turtle struck a cool pose, pointed and shouted in a high voice. This person's name is contestant Moonslasher level 10, ID Moonslasher. At this moment, Lu Li leaped up forcefully, plunging his sword down into Bloodclaw. The terrified Bloodclaw screamed, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, save me, I. To kill the weeds, you must pull out the roots. Zhuang Huaishui shot a glare over. Just as Lu Li was about to kill Bloodclaw, Zhuang Huaishui appeared and stopped him. Zhuang Huaishui channeled his internal energy into a punch powerful enough to shatter Lu Li. As Lu Li began to crumble, he exclaimed, What, damn it, I was so close. Just then Wu Yue appeared. She caught Lu Li's skull in her hand, then pointed her finger, and channeled her internal energy to attack Zhuang Huaishui. A powerful divine force struck Zhuang Huaishui, directly injuring his arm. He grimaced and shouted, Wu Yue, you crazy bitch? Are you trying to kill me? If you don't give me a reasonable explanation, this matter won't be so simple. Wu Yue. At this moment, Wu Yue was using her power to heal Lu Li. She spoke, From now on, you are mine. Wu Yue stood before Lu Li, who was kneeling in front of her. She channeled a blue aura into him. All right, you should be almost fully recovered now. Lu Li looked at his skeletal hand in silent admiration. Not only have the broken bones been restored, but they're even sturdier than before. On Wu Yue's fingertip, a small, brightly glowing magic orb was pulsing with red energy radiating outwards. She smiled gently, but her words were harsh. Where did that wretched rabbit die? If you don't announce the results, should I just skewer the two of you? The turtle and the rabbit, hiding behind a table, quickly shouted, We're here, we're here, we're here. The rabbit urged, Quick, quick, announce it. I'll be... The announcer's voice boomed, The winds and clouds churn, daring to swallow the sun and moon. Today, we have witnessed the rise of a new star. Congratulations to contestant Moonslasher for becoming the champion of this wind and cloud arena. System notification. Calculating wind and cloud. Arena rewards. Rewarded 5,000 experience points level 15. Obtained passive skill, Shadow Step, permanently increasing agility by 20%. A red information panel appeared, Lu Li, the Bone-Chipped Warrior level 15. Profession Assassin. Attributes Strength, 755 Power, 62, Agility, 100, Constitution, 37, Resistance 15, Charisma 10. Achievement Champion of the Wind and Cloud Arena. Reward Epic Grade, level 15, Dagger, Blood Weeping Thorn Ring. Lu Li received the Blood Weeping Thorn Ring. He swung his hand, making a few moves to test the feel. Not a bad feeling. The detailed information for the Blood Weeping Thorn Ring appeared clearly. Requires level 15 specialized for assassins. Durability 100-100. Attack plus 180. Critical hit plus 120. Attack speed plus 115. Special 10% of damage dealt is converted into the user's health. The turtle rested its chin on its hand and remarked, It clearly has a life-steal attribute. That's a pretty good weapon. The rabbit standing next to it agreed continuously. Yes, it's extremely suitable for wars of attrition. Combat stamina will be very important in the upcoming activities. Wu Yu crossed her arms and looked down at him. Brat, your wounds are healed and you've received your reward. Hurry up and start the wind and cloud tribulation. Lu Li asked in confusion. Wind and cloud tribulation. The rabbit jumped out to explain for those who didn't understand, since it's contestant Moonslasher's first time in the Wind and Cloud arena, he may not be familiar with it. The Wind and Cloud arena is divided into two parts. The first part is after the champion is chosen. Then the second part will be activated. The Wind and Cloud Tribulation. The rules of the Wind and Cloud Tribulation are the champion of the Wind, and Cloud Arena will have a limited time boss identity. Duration 8 minutes. Mission. While ensuring your own survival hunt and kill as many players as possible. Killing players grants corresponding experience and contribution points. Contribution points can be used to trade with each other, exchange for high-level skills and weapons, and also to improve one's rank. Zhuanghuaishe roared, Wu Yek, this isn't over. You dare to openly attack the Lord of the North Moon Hall. Are you declaring war on the North Moon Hall? I will report to the City Lord. Just because you have no control over resources and finances, you've become ambitious. The guy's mouth kept running. Now you're trying every trick in the book to destroy me just to seize the military resources in my hands. Wu Yue, you look like you're about to rebel. Wu Yue, furious cursed. Zhuanghuai Shui, you rotten old man. The guy was shocked to his core upon hearing her curse, so shocked he couldn't speak. You. What did you say? Wu Yue pointed at his face and criticized, Don't be so shameless. Interrupting the Wind and Cloud arena yourself is enough to warrant your punishment. You would be kind enough to save someone I'm afraid you had long planned to give the championship to that Bloodclaw. You love to act all high and mighty nitpicking left and right, and you still dare to throw dirty water on my head. Zhuang Huaishui was so scolded he froze, unable to retort. You. Wu Yue angrily cut him off. You. What, believe it or not, the next time you participate in a battle, first, your military provisions will be cut, then they will continue to be cut. I won't even send you equipment. The two of them bickered fiercely. Wu Yue, rotten old man. Lu Li watched the turtle and the rabbit rushing over. They're not going to fight, are they? The two of them were running at full speed to intervene. Hiss. If these two excellencies really fight, I guess half the people in the city will be in trouble. Lu Li urged, Quick, take me to the next part of the competition. At this moment, Wu Yue was still paying attention to his movements. She coldly warned, You. Don't embarrass me. If you can't kill 1,000 people, don't you dare show your face again. Activating Random Achievement Codex. A book with a clown face appeared. Detected Master's level has surpassed 10, generating a random quest for you. Successfully arrived. 0-second countdown from the action of the Blood Moonwalker. Lu Li looked at the floating book and said, I almost forgot about you. The quest notification panel appeared. A random achievement quest has been generated. Wu Yue's completion, kill 1,000 players. Quest duration during the Wind and Cloud Arena event. Note, if the event ends without completing the quest will permanently disappear. At this moment, Lu Li had transformed into the boss, the Blood Moonwalker. The announcer's voice boomed, the limited time boss. The Blood Moonwalker has arrived. Players, please advance to kill it. Facing him were 4 players from the Baldy Cleaver gang, with levels 13, Ah Gong 15, Ah Shi 17, Ah Fa, and 14 Akai, respectively. The system displayed Omnipotent Bracelet, detected character level increase, now fully equipped, Strength +5, Intelligence +E5, Agility +E5, Constitution +E5, Resistance +E5, Spirit +EV5. The stats of the Omnipotent Bracelet appeared before him. Current equipment quality, normal. The quality of the equipment will improve every 10 character levels. Activating the equipment's first hit bonus. The owner will receive a professional skill. Each time the equipment levels up, the chance to receive a skill will be refreshed once. Now randomly distributing a skill. The players began to attack Lu Li, who was in his role as the Blood Moonwalker boss. The skill you have received. Quickly deal 4 slashes to the target divided into 110% physical damage, 120%, 130%, 150%. If the target is killed by this skill, the effect will persist, automatically continues to attack random enemy targets within a 10-meter radius nearby. Passive skill. Each time this skill kills an enemy, it can add an extra slash dealing 50% physical damage. Lu Li used the blood-weeping thorn ring simultaneously slashing at the 4 players who had just attacked him, shifting damage. Killing increases the number of attacks. So as long as a large amount of the enemy's health is suppressed, I can use this move again. I've figured out how it works. Wind of 1,000 cuts. Lu Li attacked twice in a row, then 5 times, then 10 times, then 16 times in a row. He realized, theoretically, I can achieve a perpetual motion engine. Notifications kept popping up. Hua 100 experience 1-1 contribution. Lu Li called CC. The little elf assistant appeared to help. I'm here, master? He asked. Can other players see my location? She replied, yes, the system will display your real-time location to all players on the server. When I release my power, it's like a way of announcing to the players that the boss is here. In that case, things will be simpler from now on. The players followed the trail on the system to find him. Hey, where's the boss? The counter of 1,000 players was being filled by Lu Li as he continuously killed them, going from 56 up to 314. After a long time of diligently completing his task, he sat on a high tree branch to rest. The number of people killed in this area was quite substantial, and the number and frequency of players in teams were decreasing. It's time to move a little. Below was a batch of weapons stuck in the ground. Lu Li lamented, it's a pity there's no way to pick up the player's equipment. It's a bit of a waste. Suddenly another player appeared shouting, I'm rich, it's all mine, it's all mine. Lu Li stood high above looking down his hand, already holding the blood-weeping thorn ring, watching the guy still gloating. This is the script of a main character. With a single slash, he cut across the guy's neck. The young man slowly faded away, only managing to look at him once. He clutched his neck in disbelief and exclaimed, ugh, what the hell was that? I've been defeated. Impossible, impossible. I'm the main character. I'm the strongest. The system must be bugged. My equipment. My LMB. No, don't leave me. Lu Li felt annoyed. This guy talks a lot of nonsense. Elsewhere, players were rushing towards Lu Li's position. Where's the boss? Oh my God, so much equipment. The heavens are on my side. The boss is mine. I'm rich. As they came, Lu Li just kept slashing. He looked displeased seeing he had only killed half of them. 444. Killed too few. He recalled that time. However, that conversation awakened me. Lu Li sent a message. Ah Fei coordinates Giant's Forest, X156, Y137. Come here alone. Ah Fei excitedly replied, got it. My good second brother. You're already starting to throw me scraps so soon. Is it my staff? Or is it clothes? Or maybe... Second brother. Have you prepared a full set of equipment for me? But when he arrived, all he found was a desolate place with a pile of weapons stuck in the ground. Ah, Fei cursed. Damn it. In the deep forest, a beam of power shot straight up into the sky, scaring birds and beasts into a panicked frenzy. A giant sword plunged down onto massive monsters that were slowly fading away. Congratulations on successfully killing the epic level 15 boss, the giant warrior Kui Geng. The killer was a long white-haired girl named Luna, a moonlit knight level 18, profession swordmaster. Attributes: strength, 60 power, 60, agility 60, constitution 60, resistance, 60, charisma, 60. Achievement: brilliant new star, can be obtained by reaching the top 100 in combat in the region. Congratulations on receiving an epic grade level 15 bracelet. The information for the Heart of Resistance included requires level 15, usable by all professions. Endurability, 100, 100. Attack, plus 110. Intelligence, plus 110. Agility, plus 110. Constitution, plus 110. Resistance, plus 110. Charisma, plus 110. Special. When hit by an attack skill, there's a 20% chance to increase resistance by 20 points. Lu Li, hiding on a high tree branch, witnessed the entire battle. He couldn't help but feel surprised. A player who can fight an epic-level boss. This is the first time I've met someone like this. Lu Li commanded CC look up information on the moonlit night. She quickly provided him with the information. Of course, here is the information on the moonlit knight that you requested, Master. Moonlit Knight. A hidden profession among the Swordmaster class possessing extremely balanced attributes. All attacks of a moonlit knight have dual attributes of physical and magic. In summary, the skill floor for this profession is not low and the skill ceiling is very high. Luna's vigilance was very high. Her eyes darted left and right. Why do I have the feeling I'm being watched? There's someone around here. A group of 3 despicable men appeared in front of Luna. How lucky! Little miss, weren't you the one who just got a purple outfit to drop? The fat leader sneered. Can you let us take a look? These big brothers haven't seen one before. Luna understood all too well. She looked at them coldly. Are you trying to rob me? The fat guy grinned, revealing a shameless and perverted look. No, 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 don't say that. We just want to be friends with you, little sis. And while we're at it, borrow your equipment to play with for a couple of days. I promise I'll give it back. If you don't believe me, we can add each other on Wei-Sin. Lu Li, sitting on the tree branch, witnessed everything. He judged internally, fishing in troubled waters. Luna's face showed no change as she said arrogantly, Fine. If you have the guts, come and take it. The fat guy stood behind, sending his 2 underlings forward. Oh, it seems our little sis wants to suffer. In that case, we big brothers will have to search you. The sword in Luna's hand was slowly drawn by her. She swung her hand twice. Simple yet beautiful, she used Starlight Slash, cutting down the 2 underlings. Seeing this, the fat guy retracted his previous arrogant and smug demeanor. From the looks of it, it seems I've stepped on a nail. He pointed to himself, puffing out his chest. Hey, I am Hugh Trong, the leader of a guild. If you dare to touch me. Luna, neither fast nor slow, stood beside him and decisively swung her sword, beheading Hugh Truong. Only then did she speak, Have you seen enough? Come here. Lu Li jumped down from the tree branch and stood opposite her. Luna saw him. It's the boss. While Lu Li was surprised, she could actually detect me. The 2 stood silently facing each other, each with their own calculations in mind. Luna thought, if we fight here, that guild might come back for revenge. Lu Li's thoughts were, killing her. The cost is too high, not very beneficial. Luna assessed internally, this boss will probably be very challenging. Without a word, they both had the same thought, attack. The 2 charged at each other fiercely. But unexpectedly, a large crowd of people had arrived. The leader was a bald, one-eyed man. There, it's that girl. She bullied our guild brother Hugh Truong. True brothers of the guild, for Hugh Truong, avenge our brother. The 2 were surrounded by Hugh Truong's guild members and a boss extermination squad. Luna was surprised. They came so fast. Lu Li was startled. A new group of people has caught up. The boss extermination squad rushed in. The boss is here. Quick, we have to catch it. The 2 were like-minded. Without a word, they both knew what they and the other needed to do. Lu Li and Luna dashed past each other. The 2 fled in opposite directions. The guild members looked up. Something just flew by. I think it was the boss. Forget it. We're here today to avenge our brother. The boss extermination squad watched Luna running like the wind. Little sister, don't get in the way. Hey, little sister, join our team. We're a professional treasure hunting squad, you know? Only then did both sides realize with a start, damn it, don't let that brat escape. The boss ran in that direction quick after it, because they ran in the facing them, so the 2 hunting parties just pushed forward. Don't run after them. Because of that, the 2 large groups crashed into each other. Everyone had a sky-high ego and refused to back down, noisily fighting for every centimeter. Out of the way, you're gonna kill someone. Get out of the way, I'm chasing someone. You're the one who should get out of the way. I'm chasing the boss. A good dog doesn't block the road. Ouch, you bastard. What the hell touched me? Whoa, it wasn't me. At this moment, the hurried footsteps of Lu Li and Luna were approaching them. The 2 attacked at the same time. The symbolic red and blue of the 2 were a beautiful contrasting sight. The crowd was now entangled like a tangled fishing net, unable to escape. Hey, 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 she, they're coming back to kill us. The two unleashed their skills at the same time, cutting down their targets without hesitation, their faces cold and expressionless. The group started to chaotically use their skills to fight back without any semblance of order, even hitting their own teammates. Don't come over here, fireball. Hey, don't use random skills. A blonde-haired guy raised his bow and shot scatter arrow. The green arrow hit the muscular guy's butt. He turned to retaliate. Both sides were enveloped in a cloud of dust and smoke. Skills were unleashed one after another. Whirlwind/lightning bolt, great mace. The survivors were covered in dirt, their clothes tattered. They coughed and asked each other, "Is it dead yet? I don't know, but I'm about to die. Damn it, my blood is numb. I almost got killed by the AoE attack." Lu Li suddenly appeared with a murderous aura, rancid wind. He began to slash continuously to complete his mission. The number jumped from 489 to 563. The players were resentful. Fuck, there's a bug. How can a boss have infinite skills? The counter began to fill up. 702 1000, 039 1000, 996 1000. When it reached 999 1000, only Lu Li and Luna were left facing each other. They charged at each other at the same time, and the system announced, 1000 1000. Congratulations on completing the random achievement quest. In a room with glass doors overlooking a blue beach with lapping waves, one person sat in a wheelchair and another stood. The housekeeper stood up and said, "Miss Bach, the master and mistress are calling you for dinner." It turns out Luna's identity is Bach Tiunguyet of the Bach family. She replied, "Tell them to eat first. I'm not hungry." Luna jotted down notes. Moonslasher's strategy limited time boss Blood Moon Walker, suspected assassin attack 75 to 80, agility 100 to 105 boss, is suspected to be a high-level AI with intelligence. The clown-faced book appeared to announce the mission completion to Lu Li. You have completed the random quest of killing 1,000 players, processing your random reward. Your reward this time is Divine Spirit Earrings. The detailed information for the Divine Spirit Earrings appeared mythical grade item. The owner can change their race. After changing, they will receive a race with an appearance, a race with a passive talent. Common races include humans, elves, sea demons, etc. Praise the divine body. Can changing one's true face really change one's life? Lu Li held the ring in his hand and exclaimed, "A mythical item. As expected of the reward for killing 1,000 players, this item has very strong suitability and functionality. It's time to receive your reward. Congratulations on completing the Wind and Cloud Tribulation. The system is calculating the rewards for the event. Congratulations on receiving 1,000 contribution points, level 21. Congratulations on leveling up. You have obtained a new skill, Numbing Leopard Ring, which enhances your next attack, dealing 180% physical damage to the target, ignores 20% of the target's physical defense, and has a 20% chance to inflict a bleeding status on the target, enhances the next attack, deals 180% physical damage to the target, ignores 20% of the target's physical defense, and has a 20% chance to cause the target to enter a bleeding state. Lu Li logged out of the game. He stood amidst the cheers of the crowd. The rabbit held the mic and said, "Congratulations to our contestant Moonslasher for completing the Wind and Cloud Tribulation and achieving an impressive record after killing 1,000 enemies." The turtle added, Yes, it can be said that he truly deserves the title of a new star of Wind and Cloud." Lu Li received a new title, Rising Star of Wind and Cloud. Zhuang Huaishe turned away while Wu Yu laughed heartily, showing that she had won their argument. Wu Yu looked at Lu Li and praised him. "Not bad. I'll reluctantly say you didn't embarrass me." Her lips curved into a slight smile. Wu Yu opened a cross-shaped portal. "Follow me." That is Blood Moon City, one of the secret realms, the blood pool of evolution. The door closed and the two of them stepped inside, looking at the crimson pool of water. Lu Li looked around in surprise. "Where is this place? Ever since I started the hidden storyline, everything that's happened hasn't been in the game's official guide at all. What on earth is going on?" Wu Yu stood beside him with her arms crossed looking at him. Do you know why Blood Claw, despite being adjusted to the same level as you could still crush the others? Lu Li naturally knew bloodline. Wu Yue nodded, correct. Just like how equipment has different qualities, because of different bloodlines the attributes of each monster also vary greatly. But your bloodline is of the lowest tier. Lu Li asked her, this place, is it related to breaking through the bloodline attribute? Wu Yue confirmed, that's right, this is one of the secret realms under my control, the blood pool of evolution. She pointed to a random spot in the blood pool and told him, now choose the area you want and jump in. Wu Yu glanced at him. How far you can evolve will depend on your luck. In Blood Moon City North Moon Hall, a wine glass shattered on the floor. Zhuang Huaishe sat on the main seat, angrily venting his rage. Wu Yue, we're not done yet. He clenched his fists so tightly his veins bulged, saying bitterly, damn it, if it weren't for that useless brat from the Berserker clan, I wouldn't have been humiliated like this. The underling bowed and tried to appease him. My lord, please calm down. He had a pair of shrewd eyes and explained, in my humble opinion, this is absolutely not a bad thing. The Berserker clan originally intended to be on good terms with you, my lord. After this incident, they sought you out to protect their future generations. They were not afraid of being hurt. Naturally, they will be even more submissive to us. Zhuang Huaishui looked a little less angry. Even so, this insult, it's really hard to swallow. The underling probed. I have an idea, I wonder if… He commanded speak. The underling proposed a plan. On the surface, it seems we can't do anything to Wu Yue, but there is a way to provoke her. He whispered in his ear, we can… After hearing this, Zhuang Huaishui was extremely pleased and laughed heartily. Good, let's do it that way. At the blood pool, Lu Li was floating on the water's surface. Red auras from below were rising around his body. Wu Yue looked at it and assessed. His absorption speed is very fast. She was secretly pleased he has potential. Suddenly, a voice interrupted her, causing her to frown. Lord Wu Yue. A group of people arrived. It was the city lord's personal guard, the Black Toucan. Lord Wu Yue, the city lord, has ordered you to immediately go to the capital. Wu Yu stood facing him with her arms crossed, refusing, can't you see I'm busy? I'll go when I'm free. Black Death Guards held out a tablet with a character on it and said seriously, Lord Wu Yue, this is the city lord's blood decree. He repeatedly affirmed, once a blood decree is issued, the recipient must immediately go to see the city lord. Those who disobey will be executed without mercy. Wu Yi snorted coldly. She glanced at Lu Li and reminded him, occasionally, some rocks fall from the nearby mountain, so if you're not careful, you'll be crushed to death. As for her, she left with Black Death Guards. He made a gesture, please. His expression was solemn, but he suddenly smirked despicably. Lu Li was still absorbing power from the blood pool, unaware of the impending danger. He was curled up a bright golden gem above his head. He was gradually enveloped by a crimson aura. On a high cliff, a group of people was lurking, watching Lu Li. It was Zhuang Huaishui's shadow army. He gestured forward as if giving a command. The entire army holding swords swooped down towards the orange orb. The orb glowed brightly in midair, creating a swirling fiery red wave of energy accompanied by blinding light and debris flying everywhere. Lu Li's ruby-red eyes opened. Wu Yu was on her way to the capital with Black Death Guards. Black Death Guards glanced at her in surprise. What's wrong with Wu Yue? She's being so obedient after seeing the blood decree. Wu Yue, on the other hand, was excitedly looking to her left. It's starting. She casually sat on a stone platform, her legs dangling, watching the show, which surprised the city lord's guard team. Black Death Guards asked coldly, Lord Wu Yue, what is the meaning of this? She ignored him, her eyes fixed ahead, feeling extremely pleased. This observation spot isn't bad at all. What she was watching was Lu Li being attacked by the Shadow Army. They swooped down with cold, sharp weapons filled with murderous intent. The credit is mine. A sword slashed vertically down at the brightly glowing orb floating in midair. They silently watched the changes after that slash. The orb shattered, revealing Lu Li's figure. Seeing him still intact and healthy, the one holding two swords asked, "Did you even hit him?" The one with the long sword scratched his head in confusion. I clearly. But the remaining one didn't want to hear it. "Let's just both charge in. No more explanations. Hurry up and fix your blade. Charge!" Lu Li was no longer a bare white skeleton. His body now had flesh and skin like a perfect human. Although the two of them were in a frenzy shouting, "Be careful!" As soon as they touched Lu Li, their heads were sent flying from their necks. The leader, seeing this, was horrified. How is this possible, brothers?" He jumped down and commanded his subordinates. "The intelligence was wrong. Everyone charge together. Coordinate your attacks. Use tactic number 2. As the army advanced, Lu Li took a step back. He had crushed all their hearts in his hand. Each of them had a hole in their left chest. He crushed it. The leader had lost an arm. He clutched his left shoulder and glared at Lu Li with hatred. "Bastard! The intelligence was wrong. He's too strong." He was angry, his hand holding the weapon tightly, his voice full of murderous intent. Not good must kill him. He remembered when Zhuang Huaishui's close subordinate gave them the order, "Shadow Army, you are the pride of Zhuang Huaishui, and even more so the pride of the North Moon Hall. Completing your mission is your only purpose. You are the sword of the North Moon Hall, the shield of the North Moon Hall. Moreover, you represent the will of Lord Zhuang Huaishui." They shouted in unison, "Glory to Blood Moon! We march with you, glory to blood! We march together!" Back to the battle, they began to use their secret arts. The leader commanded, "Brothers, the mission comes first. Sacrifice yourselves." The entire team shouted, "Glory to Blood Moon! We march together!" The power of the Shadow Army was all channeled into their leader. His entire body radiated a sickly green light. The severed arm was being regenerated by the power. He advanced menacingly. "Die!" Lu Li, with his white hair and a horn on his forehead, snorted coldly. The two sides charged at each other. Half of Lu Li's body was still a skeleton. The leader held his sword firmly, channeling all his power into it. He swung and slashed at him, but Lu Li ducked and dodged it. He immediately stood up, closed in on him, and with a simple slash beheaded him. He died in disbelief and astonishment. The sound of applause was crisp and clear. Wu Yue praised, "Very good. It seems you've gained quite a lot from the wind and cloud tribulation." Lu Li looked at her and asked, "Are they Zhuang Huaishui's men?" Wu Yue confirmed. "That's right. The assassins, the ones who led me away. They were all Zhuang Huaishui's men." Lu Li innocently looked at her. "So the guys who led you away, behind Wu Yue was only a smooth patch of earth and rock. I've already sent them off." Lu Li, naked, stepped closer to her. "You were lured away by them. Was that my second test?" Wu Yue's gaze was fixed on his lower body. A proud little rooster. Only then did Lu Li realize. He quickly covered himself with his hands. Wu Yue angrily pointed at him. "What are you hiding? It's all out in the open. Move your hands." Enough with the jokes. Wu Yue touched her lips and said, "Your performance has pleased me greatly. Tell me what you want, and I will grant you one wish." Lu Li seized the opportunity and asked, "Then I want to ask about someone." The question he asked was, "His name is Han Yixiao." Hearing that name, Wu Yue closed her eyes and sighed. Her red lips trembled. "He's gone." After she said, "Perhaps he is dead." Only silence remained between the two. Lu Li's expression was unreadable. He asked for the reason, "What happened?" Wu Yu refused to answer. "That counts as your second question." Lu Li's hands were clenched so tightly they trembled. Wu Yu saw it. She spoke up, "I can tell you, but you have to answer me first." Wu Yue recalled, "Ever since you heard the name Han Yixiao, you've been looking at me many times. You dared to stare at me without any fear. Did you want me to crush him? Then you devised a scenario, showed yourself off to attract my attention. It was all to get close to me, to probe for information about my disciple. So he is," Lu Li's voice rang out, "he's my big brother." At Welfare Home 20, the sound of mocking laughter rang out. The frizzy-haired guy held a pink rabbit he had snatched from a child. "Come on, let's play some more." The childhood of the two children, Ah Fei and Lu Li, crying in fear. Lu Li stood in front of Ah Fei. even though both of them were wearing tattered clothes. Ah Fei cried, "Please, please, please, let us go. Give me back my rabbit. It's what my mom left for me." The three bullies mocked the two children, mimicking his words, "It's what my mom left for me." They cursed Lu Li, four-eyed bookworm trying to pretend to be a hero. The frizzy-haired guy held the pink rabbit's two arms. He laughed wickedly. "This is an orphanage. You were all adopted by my mom. You're just trash that nobody wants." He forcefully tore off the rabbit's arm right in front of Ah Fei. "Everything here is mine. I can do whatever I want with it." Ah Fei screamed, crying pitifully. "No, give it back to me." Lu Li firmly held a sharp-pointed pen from his pocket. Suddenly, a person appeared behind the three bullies with a broom in hand. As a child, Han Yixiao bravely used the broom to hit the bully's head, forcing him to let go of the rabbit. He swung the broom, hitting them repeatedly. "Take this and this." They cried out, begging for mercy. We were wrong, spare us." Han Yixiao coldly shooed them away. "Get lost." They ran for their lives, not daring to look back, but still uttered threats. You just wait." "Mom." Han Yixiao stood there strong. He had retrieved the pink rabbit. "It's okay now." Ah Fei's eyes shone like stars as he praised, "So handsome." Lu Li stood guard and asked, "Who are you? Why did you help us?" He turned his head and smiled as brightly as the sun, pointing to himself. "I'm Han Yixiao. No matter what difficulties you face, just smile and you can overcome them all. From now on, I'll protect you two. No one will be able to bully you anymore." Lu Li's memory stopped there. He clutched his left chest and said, "He is my closest family." Wu Yu seemed lost in thought, silently looking at him, because she remembered when she met the adult Han Yixiao. He was a tall, muscular man who asked her, "Master, can you give me some regular equipment?" He winked and smiled brightly, very wittily. "I still have two younger brothers. As the eldest brother, I must give them the best." The two younger brothers he mentioned might be Lu Li and Ah Fei. Wu Yue suddenly spoke up, "Abyssal Purgatory." This was the first time Lu Li had heard this name. Abyssal Purgatory. Wu Yue began to recount that day. Buwe, contestant Han Yixiao, had defeated the Night King Da Naidan, once again defending his Wind and Cloud King crown. 10 consecutive wins. Contestant Han Yixiao had created his own legend. After his 10 consecutive victories in the Wind and Cloud arena, he entered the Wind and Cloud Tribulation as usual, but that time he never returned. At that time the rabbit asked in confusion, "The Wind and Cloud Tribulation event ended 4 hours ago. Could it be?" The turtle angrily said, "Just wait, I don't believe it." "But the Wind and Cloud Tribulation is over. He has to be teleported back." Wu Yuo went to investigate. "I searched everywhere for a long time before I found out that the last place he appeared was Abyssal Purgatory." Lu Li was puzzled. "If you knew the location, then why didn't you?" Wu Yu closed her eyes and said coldly, "I couldn't. I had no way to teleport there. That world is blocked by an unknown force. I can't reach it." Hearing this, Lu Li rested his chin on his hand and pondered. "Can't go Abyssal Purgatory. Can't teleport." He suddenly called out, "CC." The little elf assistant appeared right next to him. "I'm here, Master." Lu Li commanded, "Investigate information related to Abyssal Purgatory." CC followed the command, "Understood." "But the text is very corrupted. Currently, investigating. For you." A glaring red notification appeared. "Investigation failed. Data error." Lu Li realized, another error has occurred. I need to query the database. Switch to manual input interface. CC reminded him, "Master, you do not have the privilege for that." "All right." Wu Yue was a bit speechless seeing him like this. Where does he get such confidence? Lu Li asked himself. "Calm down, Lu Li. You have to think this through carefully. Abyssal Purgatory. The last place Big Brother appeared in the game was also the last time he was offline. That place? It must have the answer I need." The screen displayed a prompt, "Please enter the password." Entering ID 1208, accessing databank. Lu Li had successfully accessed the database query. He requested the code for Abyssal Purgatory. Lu Li was surprised, a drop of sweat trickling down his cheek. This, what kind of code is this? The system panel turned a deep red, warning unauthorized access. You are being ejected. Lu Li, unwilling, commanded open source code. But all that remained was a sea of red and a dense array of warnings. Lu Li couldn't believe it. How is this possible? The source code is being duplicated. He was being pushed out. Lu Li had returned to the blood pool in a daze. How could this be? Wu Yu saw him return and said, "This is all I know. If you don't believe me, go find out for yourself." He had decided to go to abyssal purgatory. It seems I can only go there to investigate. Lu Li asked her, "Lord, Wu Yue, may I trouble you one more time? How do I get to that world?" She refused. That's your third question. At this moment, the little elf assistant played her part. Master the way for a player to return to their own world. CC knows. Lu Li was quite surprised. He turned to ask again. What way? She crossed her arms and leisurely replied, "What I know is that the storm has a time limit." Wu Yu seriously reminded, "You are a bit impatient." She calmly explained, "Hana Tu has awakened twice in the evolutionary blood lake and cannot return." Pausing for a moment, she said, "Especially you now." Lu Li rubbed his chin thoughtfully, thinking about what Wu Yue had just said. At this moment, the little elf assistant played her part. Master the way for a player to return to their own world. CC knows. Lu Li was quite surprised. He turned to ask again, "What way?" The little elf flew ahead to lead the way. "Master, follow me." Wu Yue, seeing this, was puzzled. "Where are you going?" Lu Li didn't stop. He turned his head and replied, "I have a way to get to the player's world." She was confused. The player's world? He briefly explained to Wu Yue, "It's the other world that you mentioned." Wu Yu rubbed her chin, feeling intrigued. "Interesting." She happily bid him farewell. "Then I'll wait for your good news." Scene change. An explosion occurs in a forest, and mutated insects are blown to pieces. The one who caused the explosion stood not far away, level 20. His identity was Blast Flame Mage ID Afei. He arrogantly asked, "Too easy. Aren't there any stronger monsters here?" Afei stood in the center, surrounded by everyone groaning with pleasure. Mei Qian praised him endlessly. "Big brother, Afei is so handsome." Mei Ming next to him was no slouch either. "Big brother Afei is so nice, he even gave me the green potion." Mei Shen on the other side whined, "I'm most afraid of those insects. I want Big brother Afei to hug me." He was as high as a kite from being surrounded by the girls. Ah Fei coveted the large firm breasts, as if his eyeballs were about to pop out. His face was flushed, and smoke was coming out of his nose. Yes, that's right. The merchant everyone was talking about, the one who specializes in buying equipment at high prices, is he here? The three girls answered in unison, "Yes, he's coming soon. His buying price is a real bargain." The four of them walked with their arms around each other. Ah Fei laughed gleefully and boasted, "All right, once I sell it for money, I'll get each of you a new piece of equipment." Hearing this, the girls tried even harder to flatter him. "Kiss, kiss, big brother." "Ah Fei, I love big brother." "Ah Fei the most." Suddenly, something made him freeze, his eyes alert. It turns out they were surrounded. A group of deformed people appeared. The long-haired leader sneered, "Tsk." He tilted his head, sizing up Ah Fei. Well, it was worth the wait, a fat, juicy prey. He quickly spread his arms to protect the girls behind him. "Treasures quickly hide behind me." Ah Fei's hands gathered power as he cautiously eyed the deformed people. Human bodies with beast heads. "Who are you?" Suddenly, Ah Fei felt a chill run down his spine. Glancing behind him, he saw the girls' sinister smiles. Before Ah Fei could react, they struck him on the back with their palms. Ah Fei was sent flying. His back was severely injured. Why? The three of them walked towards the other group. All three of them loudly declared, "We are the Dianbo Guild." The others behind them congratulated, "Congratulations, big brother, second brother, third brother, on another great harvest." Ah Fei trembled all over, unable to believe his ears. Big Big brother, second brother, third brother. The three girls each stated their motto. First was Mei Shen, deadly thorns beneath beauty. Next was Mei Qian, the shocking trick of a confused love. And finally, Mei Ming, leave the sadness for others, keep the wealth for myself. All three of them said in unison, "We are the Three Beauties Project team." Their information appeared one by one. First was Mei Shen, who had a fat, chubby interface. Next was a messy bearded uncle with a shiny bald head like Tan Son Nhat Airport. That was Mei Qian. Finally, there was Mei Ming, who looked like a very lecherous and despicable uncle on the outside. All three of them posed coquettishly, "Please guide us more." Ah Fei gritted his teeth. "No, I can't forgive you." His eyes were red with anger. "You can cheat me of my money." Ah Fei's nostrils flared. He declared loudly, "But absolutely don't cheat me." The beast-headed humanoid advanced mocking, "What a sincere feeling." The long-haired guy jeered at his feelings. "It seems, the fat prey, isn't he very cooperative?" The two deformed beings charged forward, unleashing their power towards Ah Fei. He didn't say much, just sent the two of them flying a kilometer with a single blow from his hands. Seeing their two companions being defeated, the underlings on the outside began to charge in. Ah Fei coldly looked at them, bringing his hand back to gather power. As soon as the group got close, he swung his hand, forcefully striking them. Suddenly, something flew towards him, sparkling with a blue light, which made him curious. Ah Fei was startled when he recognized the object. At that moment, he was struck hard by the blue light. It turned out to be an arrow shot by Mei Qian. Mei Shen also charged in her metal gauntlets, gathering power. She widened her eyes. "Big brother Ah Fei, I'm coming for you," she thought to herself as she leaped up and threw a palm strike at Ah Fei. He tried to resist but couldn't. Ah Fei shouted, "Get lost!" He was hit and stumbled back a few steps, feeling annoyed. "Damn it!" Ah Fei's face contorted. "I've used up too much energy before." Mei Qian asked disdainfully, "Big brother Ah Fei, what's wrong? Can't take it anymore." Mei Ming held up a bottle of X99 mana recovery potion. "Big brother, you also gave me the green potion." Mei Shen chuckled threateningly. "Big brother, be a good boy and hand over the limited time equipment you got from the boss." She continued her speech. "This place is already surrounded by our people. If Big brother Ah Fei doesn't cooperate, we will always protect. One in the game, if a player dies in the wild, after a while they will respawn on the spot with some health remaining. 2. When a character dies, they will randomly drop some of their equipped items and a certain amount of experience." After a long-winded speech, Mei Shen finally concluded, "Ease up until the last piece of equipment in your bag explodes." Ah Fei took a deep breath to gather his strength. Then he unleashed a torrent of curses. Ah Fei cursed continuously, his words flowing as smoothly as silk without a single stutter or repetition. Ah Fei's curses were so loud they shook the forest, sending birds flying in a panic. The long-haired guy couldn't take it anymore. He flew into a rage and leaped up, wanting to slash him. "Shut up!" Ah Fei didn't care. He hung his head in sadness. "Sorry, second brother. Your little brother isn't fated to hold on to money." His face grew dejected. "I've been scammed." Just as the long-haired guy got close to Ah Fei, a dark shadow lunged forward from behind him. He didn't have time to understand what was happening before a figure flashed past, slashing the long-haired guy, once leaving him both confused and in pain. Lu Li turned his head back, his eyes glowing red. He threatened, "Not a single one of you will escape." Ah Fei's face was full of surprise as he looked in the direction of the person who had just appeared. Brother," he stuttered. "It really is you, brother." His face was filled with trust and joy as he welcomed his brother. Lu Li, in his tattered state, now appeared with a contemplative expression, looking ahead. He turned back coolly to speak to Ah Fei. "I was only gone for a short while. How did you end up so muddled and miserable?" Hearing his brother's question, Ah Fei burst into tears, clinging to Lu Li's leg and kneeling down to complain, "Big brother, it was them. Not only did they steal my equipment, but they also toyed with the emotions of someone as pure and innocent as me." Hearing this, Lu Li couldn't help but get a headache. Opposite them, the three girls Mei Shin Mei Qian and Mei Ming heard the conversation and were a bit confused. Mei Qian spoke first. As expected, he has help. Mei Ming replied, "It seems to be the big brother he always talks about." Mei Shen also chimed in smugly, "Then he must have a lot of money." With that, they all agreed, "Makes sense," and then looked wickedly towards their opponents. "Brothers, let's charge together." Hearing this, Ah Fei quickly turned and walked away. "I'll leave the rest to you, brother." Suddenly, a white smoke billowed out. He had cleaned up the entire group, surprising everyone. Where did they go? All the soldiers behind him had been defeated, leaving only a scene of desolation that stunned everyone. The ground was littered with fallen bodies. Some were injured. Some seemed to have died in battle, along with weapons and equipment scattered everywhere. The atmosphere was shrouded in a haunting and sorrowful silence, interspersed with strange blue specks of light. It all painted a grim picture of the brutal consequences of conflict. The three girls turned back and looked stuttering, since when?" Suddenly, a dark shadow appeared from behind them, startling all three. "Hey, you guys just now said you wanted to protect me, right?" Lu Li appeared from nowhere behind them, causing Mei Qian to lose her composure. "No, no, I was just joking with Big Brother." "Ah Fei." Then, "Ah Fei, I can't stay calm anymore. I'm not your big brother. Ah Fei. I'm your grandpa Ah Fei." He got angry and was about to deal with the three girls. The scene returned to peace. The two brothers were now walking with their arms around each other talking. Ah Fei recounted, "This Dianbo guild has done so many bad things, and they have so much dirty money." Lu Li agreed. "That's right." As he walked, he stuck his hands in his pockets, looking cool. Ah Fei asked again, "Oh right, why did you come back to find me, second brother? Is there any progress on Big Brother's case?" Hearing the question, Lu Li's expression seemed a bit sad. "Abyssal purgatory. Right now, I only know that's the last place Big Brother appeared." Hearing this, Ah Fei could only reply, "As expected of my big brother. Now, we have a clear objective." Lu Li continued to confide, "But in the game's official guide, this place doesn't exist. I can only guess that this is a hidden high-level instance. With our current strength, we can't even get close to it." Hearing this, Ah Fei was puzzled. "So what do we do now? We'll listen to you, second brother," Lu Li replied, comforting his brother. "First, let's go to the nearby market and sort out the equipment and items we have." With that, the two brothers walked forward together. Ah Fei couldn't help but say excitedly and repeatedly, "That's great, money is coming. Brother, I'll never believe in online dating again. How can three hot girls all be guys? Brother, your tan skin looks so handsome. How do you do it? I want to change my look too." Ah, Fei continued to ramble on with questions, as it had been a long time since he had seen Lu Li. On the southern outskirts of Nakende town, figures were bustling, buying and selling. Lu Li, still looking handsome with his hands in his pockets, coolly walked forward, continuing his train of thought. "In the end, I've returned to the game I'm familiar with." Suddenly, a notification from the system appeared. "You have a new friend request from Good Girl Mao Mao." He saw it was from the system and quickly rejected it. Ah Fei, on the other hand, saw a beautiful girl and immediately went to talk to her. "Hey beautiful, I feel like we've met somewhere before," which made the girl feel surprised and shyly refuse him. At this moment, at the equipment exchange for gold coins, two people who had just exchanged their equipment for money walked out grumbling, "So much equipment and we only got a few hundred gold coins for it. When will we get that purple outfit?" The two of them sighed and nodded. "Yeah, we should upgrade first." The old shopkeeper who exchanged money overheard and was weary. Buying equipment, reasonable prices, no cheating the young. Suddenly seeing the two brothers, Lai Lai and Ah Fei, enter, the shopkeeper changed his posture and asked, "Warriors, do you want to sell some equipment?" Lu Li placed a block of stone on the counter and said firmly, "Selling." The old shopkeeper looked at it with surprise. "Oh, to think you have so much high-quality elite equipment. In total, I can buy it for 95,000 gold. Are you sure you want to sell?" Ah Fei's eyes lit up with excitement at the mention of money. Yay! Taking off. According to the current exchange rate of the in-game currency, this was tens of thousands in cash. Yet Lu Li calmly said to the shopkeeper, "Your hairstyle is very cool," which surprised Ah Fei. Huh. The bald shopkeeper was overjoyed to hear this and rushed over to Lu Li to ask again, "Sir Warrior, do you really think so? You truly have a discerning eye, elegant yet wild taste." Lu Li was just giving a compliment to be polite. At this moment the system sounded, "Congratulations on successfully recycling the merchant's Easter egg. The purchase price has been increased by 10%. Ah Fei was surprised to hear this. This, this is how... He scratched his head and asked Lu Li. Lu Li maintained his calm expression. When designing Easter eggs, a programmer's quirk. A flashback of a programmer thinking, "If I can't change the bald head, then I must change the world." Lu Li commanded, "You collect the money." Ah Fei couldn't help but ramble happily. "Second brother, if I were a girl, I would definitely..." Hearing this, Lu Li got annoyed and snapped, "Shut up." At this moment, the system's voice sounded, "Congratulations on possessing over 100,000 gold, successfully achieving enormous wealth." Ah Fei swaggered down the street, skipping, which attracted the attention of passers-by. Lu Li just wanted to hide his face and bury his head in the ground. Ah Fei spoke up. "Second brother, we still have some purple equipment. Aren't you going to sell it?" Lu Li replied, "I will, just not yet." At the auction house, thousands of people were lined up outside a bustling crowd. Ah Fei looked ahead in surprise. "Wow, so we're at the auction house. This is my first time here." Ah Fei fantasized about being interviewed himself. "This is your first time selling at an auction. May I interview you about your current feelings?" There are so many people, Ah Fei smugly thought and acted out. At this moment in the waiting hall, people had been waiting for too long and were getting angry, shouting at the two gate guards. "So slow, can't you hurry up? How much longer do we have to wait?" Suddenly, a dwarf approached from somewhere begging earnestly, "You two big brothers." The dwarf continued to plead with the two guards, one with purple hair and one with blonde. "You two great sirs, I only need a few hundred more gold to meet the admission requirements. The auction in a little while has an item I really need. May I ask if I can have a moment of your time?" the dwarf respectfully asked. However, he only received a rejection from the two guards with pink and yellow hair, along with a barrage of refusals. "We just follow the rules." "How can we control it? Even 10,000 isn't enough for admission. If you're dirt poor, don't even bother participating. Don't waste our time. Get lost, get lost." Hearing those words, the crowd nearby also joined in slandering the dwarf. "This little brat is just wasting time here. Where did this country bumpkin come from? Don't block the way, move somewhere else." Lu Li and Ah Fei, hearing this, couldn't help but feel indignant and quickly stepped forward to protect the dwarf. "Come with us, let's get out of the way." Which surprised the dwarf, who asked, "You are..." The two guards looked at them with judging eyes. "Where did you come from?" The pink-haired guard quickly stopped them. "Wait a minute." At this moment, Ah Fei triumphantly revealed his enormous wealth title, which made the two guards immediately open the door and say respectfully, "You three, please come in, please come in. We have distinguished guests, we must give them special treatment." Inside the spacious and magnificent hall, where chandeliers covered the high vaulted ceiling, only those from the noble class were allowed to enter. Once inside, the dwarf said, "Thank you, you two, great sirs, for your help. If I have the chance in the future, I will definitely repay you." Ah Fei heard this and quickly waved his hand. It's nothing, just a small matter," he replied cheerfully. The dwarf respectfully bid farewell. "Then I shall take my leave first." At this moment, from the main hall, a female employee appeared, exuding an air of elegance. "Dear Mr. Ah Fei, hello. I am your receptionist for this occasion. 8 of Hearts." She brought out a powerful black card and introduced it. "Based on your enormous wealth title, we will automatically issue you a black card. We will briefly introduce the uses of this card. Cardholders do not have to wait in line to enter the venue. When purchasing items in the Rose Auction House, we can offer a discount of 10% to 5%. You can use this card to borrow money from the auction house. The loan amount depends on your credit limit. Afe carefully took the card but didn't forget to tease the female employee. So does this card give me the privilege of entering your heart? He flirted with her, which surprised her. Yes. Emboldened, Afe continued to ask, Miss Eight of Hearts, may I ask if you believe in love at first sight? Which made the female employee flustered and step back. From afar, a girl with long flowing white hair slowly approached, brushing past Lu Li, which caught his attention. The female employee respectfully said to the two brothers, Distinguished guests, please move into the room. We will ensure your safety and privacy to the best of our ability. Next, she pushed a cup of tea towards the two brothers. Please, have some tea. When everyone was seated, the female employee continued her introduction. We will now begin the auction for your two epic-grade pieces of equipment. Epic-grade equipment is highly sought after right now. It is estimated that the entire auction can be completed within an hour. With that, she took out the epic sword, her face full of excitement, and said, And this glowing epic sword of yours is named Stardust. This is the top weapon on the current list. I will help you send it to the premium auction. You can definitely get a good price for it. If you have free time, you can also attend the auction. Who knows, you might find something you're interested in. Afe, not caring about the introduction, approached the female employee and asked, So brave warrior, Eight of Hearts, are you coming too? I still have many things I don't understand. I need to... Caught off guard by the unexpected questions, the female employee quickly and awkwardly stepped back. In the middle of his sentence, Lu Li angrily stood up and hit him on the head, raising a large bump. Then he said, This is the list of items we need. We'll be back in an hour to pick them up. The female employee understood and quickly replied, Okay. Scene changed to the auction, which was now packed with people waiting for it to begin. Distinguished guests, please be seated. The premium auction will now begin. The host of the auction was a light purple-haired uncle who cheerfully introduced himself. I am the one in charge of this auction, Jack of Diamonds. They say that objects are priceless, but a kind heart is very valuable. I hope our distinguished guests can bid for the items they desire. The sound of applause echoed endlessly from the distinguished guests, welcoming the start of the auction. The purple-haired man continued, Thank you very much for your enthusiastic applause. The premium auction officially begins now. Please welcome our first treasure of the day. As he spoke, the purple-haired man introduced Roaring Heart of Flame, which was slowly brought in by a servant. The system then introduced Roaring Heart of Flame, a weapon officially inlaid with various precious stones capable of turning a weapon into a fire-attributed attack weapon. The purple-haired host continued to introduce the gem's uses. With it, you can change the attribute of your weapon. When facing wood-type monsters, you will gain an extra damage bonus. Who would want to own a weapon so powerful it can extinguish all? After the introduction, the purple-haired man immediately shouted, Starting price 20,000 gold. Let the bidding begin. Many customers began to bid high. The customer wearing the beast head hat, number 78, bid 25,000. The red-haired customer in the wizard's cloak, number 88, bid 28,000. The large, fierce-faced customer, number 36, bid $35,000 and said challengingly, Nobody else should bid. Roaring Heart of Flame is mine for sure, he said triumphantly. The purple-haired host repeated, $35,000, anyone bidding higher. Number 36 thought to himself, I only have $35,000 in total. I can't delay any longer. I have to bet everything to provoke them. This is the first auction item. Surely no one will bid higher than me. The purple-haired host continued to call out, 35,000 going once, 35,000 going twice, 35,000 going 3 times. At this moment in the middle of the audience, a character named Han Xiao with red hair, number 9, shouted loudly, 50,000 hours, which surprised the purple-haired host. Guest number 9 bids $50,000. The surrounding crowd also started to murmur, although the Roaring Heart of Flame is good, it's not worth that much. Before, when we watched other players trade, it was only around 28,000. Everyone was surprised and wanted to know his identity. Who on earth has so much money? The girl next to him asked young Master Han, is it too expensive? Young Master Han replied smugly, as long as you like it. The auction hammer fell. The host happily said, deal. Congratulations to bidder number 9 for winning the Roaring Heart of Flame for 50,000. The people sitting behind started to make a fuss. Damn, I was aiming for Roaring Heart of Flame. Who is that person? You don't know that person. Han Shao, another very famous big boss. Don't get yourself into trouble. The Roaring Heart of Flame can surely still be obtained. Ah Fei, watching from below, couldn't help but feel annoyed and said to his brother, I'm impressed. How can this guy be so good at pretending I really want to go up there and punch him? Next up is the Loving Maid special costume. Who can refuse? The host said, starting price $30,000. Let the auction begin. Everyone kept raising the price $31,000, $35,000. The host raised his hand forward. Congratulations to guest number 66 for winning the Loving Maid special costume for $48,000. Customer number 66 said, give it here, let me try it. Everyone was stunned. The host stammered, guest 66, you may wear it in private. Everyone was petrified when customer number 66, a muscular man dressed as a maid, exclaimed, not bad, it feels safe to wear. The two brothers were also petrified. Ah Fei spoke up, brother, the comfort level of the program is really high. The host stabilized the hall. Cough, cough. Next program, Epic Shoes. There are 2 chances to compete for upgrades. Young Master Han offered a price, 80,000. The people around continued to make a fuss. Damn it, we will double it. Forget it. What young Master Han wants, we can't offer a price. The host happily said, deal. Congratulations to guest number 9. Next is, young Master Han bid 50,000. The familiar host spoke up, no one bid, deal. All the following products were priced by Han Shao to please his beloved mistress. The people around him were fed up and walked away saying, let's go, we can't even buy a single good thing. Someone angrily said, damn, why didn't he just buy it all? If you have money, you can do whatever you want. Ah Fei, watching from below, couldn't help but feel annoyed and said to his brother, I'm impressed. How can this guy be so good at pretending I really want to go up there and punch him? Lu Li, sitting next to him, advised his brother, it has nothing to do with us. We'll need his help with our equipment later. The sentence made Ah Fei puzzled. Help. The host then continued to direct the program. Time flies in a flash. Our auction is also coming to an end. The last item to appear is the treasure of this final night, the glowing epic sword named Stardust. The system then introduced Stardust, requires level 20 exclusive to swordsmen. Durability, 90, 100 attack, plus 260, critical, hit 100 attack, speed, plus to 30. Special attribute, light elemental attack, required level 5. When attacking, there is a 2% chance of a spiritual burst dealing magic damage. The host continued to introduce, the rarest thing is that it also has a super rare light elemental attack. In the upcoming main quests at levels 25 to 30, light elemental weapons can play a very big role. It's no exaggeration to call it the ultimate weapon. Starting price 200,000 gold. Let the bidding begin. Han Shao heard this and continuously raised the price $250,000. In his mind, he thought, these idiots. They definitely wouldn't dare to outbid me. How can a wealthy person be a fool? This is just a game where I use small things to make a big difference. Ah Fei couldn't take it anymore and sat below with a triumphant face shouting, 300,000, which made Han Shao surprised and want to turn back to ask for his identity. It seems there are exceptions. He continued to raise the price, 350. Ah Fei wanted to play to the end and shouted, $400,000. At this point, Han Shao was annoyed and thought, where did this guy come from? I've never heard of him before. Bid, $450,000. Ah Fei pushed it to the limit, $500,000. Han Shao began to hesitate. 500,000, too high. After all, it's just a piece of equipment from the previous batch. His girlfriend next to him also started to intervene. Han Shao, maybe we should just skip it. Hearing this, Han Shao began to think, skip it. The few items I got at this auction are just a few among many. And the thing I want to get the most is the rush of blood after winning a big bet against someone. At the last number, I want to push the excitement to the peak, the young master thought and shouted the price, $600,000. The host, being lazy, announced, guest number 9 bid $600,000. Ah Fei once again wanted to raise the price to $700,000, but he was stopped by Lu Li, who shook his head. The host once again called out, $600,000 going once, $600,000 going twice, $600,000 going 3 times. Han Xiao was now sure of his victory. I've won! Suddenly a shout came from somewhere, 1 million Aya. Everyone was startled and surprised, wanting to turn back to find the source. It was Luna number 1 sitting calmly waiting for the host to repeat, going once for 1 million, going twice for 1 million, going 3 times for 1 million. Yeah, the auction hammer fell and the deal was made. The two brothers left the auction house overjoyed. Ah Fei exclaimed happily, so making money is such a fun thing. Lu Li was also surprised and mentally calculated 1 million. In the end, it was an unexpected gain. This time we sold a total of 1.52 million. Subtracting the $200,000 for purchasing items, there's 1.32 million left. He also calculated further, after getting the money, the number on the card changed from 8988 to 7450. The sentence made Afe surprised and asked again, 7450? Doesn't that mean there are 7,450 people in this area richer than us? There are too many big bosses here. Lu Li comforted his brother. It has nothing to do with us. Let's go. It's time to start the main storyline. Ah Fei happily followed him, cheering, awesome, let's go. At this moment, Luna from high above watched the backs of the two brothers, her face filled with an indescribable emotion.